What's going on, guys? Alex here from UnrealEntGaming, and today, guys, I do want to touch up on a supposed leak that came out just a few hours ago depicting Marvel Phase 4. Now, before we begin, guys, I want you guys to take the following image with a grain of salt because I'm pretty sure that none of this has been confirmed, nor do I believe it's going to be in this particular order, but I want to go on ahead and touch up on a few things. Now, as you guys can see on your screen, 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023 is when Marvel is set to release several movies. Now, I personally don't believe that Marvel is going to plan on releasing the following superhero films in this chronological order, but I do believe that most of these films do actually hold some truth behind them, such as Spider-Man Homecoming and perhaps even the new Avengers. Now, I want to begin with the year 2020. Now, as you can see on your screen, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Spider-Man Homecoming, and Doctor Strange 2. Now, I am actually quite curious to see whether or not they're going to follow up with Doctor Strange. I'm pretty sure they are. Obviously, Spider-Man is definitely confirmed to be released sometime between 2019 and 2020, but Guardians of the Galaxy 3 I don't see coming out in 2020, only because I do believe it'll just be a tad bit early, so I can definitely see that movie dropping in 2021. But as we pan on over to 2021, we see Black Widow, we see Inhumans, Black Panther 2, and Ant-Man 3. Now, there were several rumors about Inhumans. They were talking about cancellation. They were talking about how they just ultimately wanted to drop the project. Now, I see Black Widow, and although it hasn't been confirmed, fans of the series have wanted to see Black Widow star in her own film. Now, I can definitely see that being a possibility, but in terms of Inhumans, I really doubt that they're going to continue production on that film. Maybe they might go on ahead and just go back to it later on down the road, but I don't really see Inhumans being a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, at least during Phase 4. There have been lots of rumors going around that they've been dropping the franchise for now, at least for now, of course, but Ant-Man 3 and Black Panther 2, I can definitely see those movies coming into fruition. Now, the year 2022, we do see several films that, in my opinion, definitely catches the audience's eye, one of which being The Winter Soldier having his own film, in which case I can definitely see as a possibility, although it's highly unlikely that the release date will be February 4th. We see Nova. Nova has been a character that's been talked about for years now, but again, having a look at the release date being July 8th, I really highly doubt that this film is going to be put into production and released on July 8th, 2022. We see Captain Marvel 2, but we don't really see Captain Marvel 1 listed on here, so perhaps maybe they're planning on making Captain Marvel between 2018 and 2019, give or take the situation. As of right now, I'm not entirely too sure if they're going to plan on releasing a part 2 so early, but then quickly we pan on over to 2023, where we see Spider-Woman, Inhumans 2, Spider-Man Greatness Awaits, and Doctor Strange 3, and again, there hasn't been any confirmation of a follow-up to Spider-Man Homecoming, especially with Spider-Man Greatness Awaits featured for July 7th, Spider-Woman set for May 3rd, 2023, May 5th for Inhumans 2. I really doubt that these are the official release dates because, again, nothing has been confirmed, at least as of right now, which is why I do want to go on record and say that this little screenshot is definitely fake. First and foremost, we don't see any Hulk movies because there have been lots of rumors and speculations about there being a Planet Hulk film, possibly a follow-up to Captain America 4, even an Iron Man 4 perhaps, another Thor movie. I mean, we don't see Thor here at all, so but then again, that all goes back to the Infinity Wars. We don't really know if Thanos is going to kill off several characters, in which case it does make sense to have the new Avengers, because in the comics there are so many different Avengers that have to do with the New Age stuff. You don't have to just keep sticking with Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, and whatnot. You can always have new Avengers come in, which I do think makes ultimately a lot of sense. But having a look at this list right here, guys, again, take this with a grain of salt, because I really do believe, in my personal opinion, that this screenshot is completely fake alongside the dates and the titles, because nothing has been confirmed as of right now. But I can definitely see movies having a follow-up with Doctor Strange, having a part 2 and a part 3. I can definitely see Spider-Man having a sequel, Black Panther as well. Movies such as the Inhumans, I am questioning whether or not they're going to follow up with that. The Winter Soldier, however, is very interesting because Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, has a very interesting origin story, and depending on which version of the comics you're reading, at one point he was quote-unquote the new Captain America, which is all wacky-tacky, but nevertheless, we have Spider-Woman, we have Captain Marvel 2, we have Doctor Strange 3, depending on, you know, what route they're going to take. Black Widow, I can definitely see being a possibility, but although I think that if they were to make a Black Widow film, they would have it be released a little sooner than 2021 in my personal opinion. But what are your overall thoughts on the list seen above, guys? Again, if you're going to comment below saying fake, it's pretty obvious and pretty childish for you to do so, because I think we all know, 99% sure, that this is fake. But what are your thoughts on the titles? The new Avengers movie possibly even coming out, the Winter Soldier. What are your thoughts of these concepts? Because again, none of these were confirmed. Obviously, having a look at some of the text details and whatnot, you can clearly see that some of these things have been photoshopped in, which again, I don't really, you know, I don't really mind too much, because the concept of having an Ant-Man 2, Ant-Man 3, having a Nova film, having Black Panther 2, having Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man's definitely confirmed, but what about Planet Hulk? What about another Captain America movie? What about another Iron Man movie and whatnot? I mean, we don't really have any of that whatsoever. So again, I would have to say take this with a grain of salt. Leave your thoughts down below as to this supposed Phase 4 leak, in which case I do believe it's fake, because obviously having a look at the text, having a look at the way everything is structured, everything looks photoshopped in. Although it's a very cool concept, I want to know your thoughts on these movies, guys. Which movie would you guys be excited for if this was real? Comment down below and let me know, guys. Once again, thank you all for watching. If you guys are a fan of the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Punch that like button right in the face if you guys are comic fans, and I'll be seeing you all in the next update. Take it easy, guys. Peace!